Yo. Yo. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, let me get the tweet out. What's up, boys? How we doing today? Footbin. Un minuto, por favor. Alright, we should be good. How's it going, dudes? We should be live for hour, maybe hour and a half today. We'll see what we can do. Alright, let's get started. We are flipping some heroes at the moment. We're going to be doing some BPM today. Dude, I think I've given up on Rush, man. Teammates are horrific. I don't know if it's worth it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, bronze pack in a bronze pack. Take that. Easy money. Praise, what's up, buddy? Going unassigned is pretty hard. Keeps getting softman and max 100. Yeah. Yeah, let me kind of break down what we're doing, because we'll make a BPM video at some point, probably in the next week or two. We're essentially showing you guys a new way to do BPM this year. In the past, especially once League SBCs are out, it's very easy just to kind of sit there, and once things have a ton of value, at the current moment, be able to sell it for good money. We try to do BPM as both, not only a trading tip in the moment, but as an investment as well. So, in general, BPM this year is going to be way better than any previous year, because there's no contracts anymore. So if you look at like the discard value of the average pack, we're getting essentially half of it back no matter what. But if you get at least 2 to 3 players, each player will eventually go for 200 coins if you list it enough. If it's not going for 200 in the hour, within like the final, I would say probably minute or so, I'll just chuck it in the club for later. There's always things that are SBC solutions that shoot it up, and there's always times where it will be a different price. So what I usually do, I look to see if the managers are going for anything. We'll check the manager up if it is. Might be able to get 300 for him. Quick sell's already over 300 coins. And then we got 3 of these players. If we want to check if they have value right now, we can. Looks like it might go for 200 by the end of the hour, but there's quite a few listed at that point. We'll just chuck them in the club and look later. Yeah, that's essentially it. Again, if you're selling right away, you're going to be selling at lower prices, and you're going to be trying to break even on every single pack. That's a way to do it. I wouldn't recommend it, though. I'd recommend it more as the investment side of things. And you'll see, even from what we've done so far, I'll show you just kind of a few of them. Where is it? Yeah, Williams, we just chucked their club. It wasn't like I just packed him and he was 3.9k. I was just searching through my low-end stuff. At one point, he was 200 coins, so I chucked him on my club. Now he's 3.9k. This one was 200 at one point. Now he's 700. This one was 200 at one point. Now he was 400 on bid. I put a 3.2k as the lowest buy now. I had no idea what he'd sell for. So we're happy with the coins. And then managers. It's literally insane. Managers just print you coins. French ones, Brazil ones, whatever nations are up for the day if there's an SBC. Got 400 La Liga and Prem center mids. Bronzes for 200. Nice. YC 3.9. SBC solution. Carlos, what's up, buddy? Yeah, you mix that with the fact that you do BPM when there's a team of the weeks that are bronze. That helps too. I'm also just going to start chucking the badges in my club because you can't see the price on the badges. I've seen people sell some of these badges for some cheeky prices, so we'll add some on. I was doing BPM today. I'm waiting for Fodder to rise. Yeah, I just can't wait till we have League SBCs. That's what I'm chilling on. Yeah, also doing it this way, I feel like it allows your transfer list to move a lot more freely by storing the things that aren't going for 200 by the end of the hour in your club. It just makes it so much easier. Oh, is Wrexham going for anything? I bet that will sell. It just makes it so much easier to not put up crap cards and have 100 of them and then not be able to open packs anymore. Nigeria and Belgium still 4K. I will check once I pack one. Okay, check the badge price, companion app or web app. Or you can go to the badge from the transfer market on here as well. But you can't compare price and see. Are you eventually putting them to upgrades to do the 78 plus? I mean, you can. For this stream, I built some out in advance. By some out in advance, I mean the bronze upgrades. Just because I had a bunch of low-end ones I kept getting duplicates on. I wanted to clear a little bit. In general, though, if you're strictly caring about the coins, if you list something enough for 200, it will eventually sell. Whether on bid for 150 or 200 by now, it's just going to take a while for some to go. So, in general, you'll make way more coins not putting them in the upgrade. Think of it like this. Every upgrade you make with 11 of them, you're essentially missing out on over 2,000 coins. And that's not counting the ones that are an SBC solution and shoot to like 1K in price, 2K in price, 3K, 4K, 5K. Those are the ones you're really going to miss out on. But, again, you hit a point where if you're spamming BPM enough, you're going to run into the case like me where it's like you have most of each card. You're bound to get duplicates in almost every single pack at that point. So, if things are low in the moment you want to make it into an upgrade, it's not going to hurt you. Been a very long time since my last workout. Nothing at all, so EA gave me sleep. It's since the last walkout, my bad. GG on the Saliba, man. Yeah, you can start stocking a bunch of what you think would be League SBCs. Honestly, I don't think you have to go crazy with it, because one, we don't know when League SBCs are coming out. We don't know what the teams are going to be. You can guess if it's going to be similar to previous years if you want. And just pick them up for a cheap price. Go for it. In general, though, silver commons, silver rares, you can pick up at low prices and store it. And they'll have value outside of League SBCs. Most of the bronzes from BPM don't sell. I would say you're doing it incorrectly if you're trying to list everything right away. In my opinion. But to each their own. Same things that aren't selling now. You wait for a daily SBC, shoots it to the moon. And then, like I said, also, once we get League SBCs and other stuff that are continuously out, there'll be a bare minimum value of some cards. Investing in Utrecht is crazy already. I mean, you might get lucky and get like a marquee matchups with the team needed. Can we talk about which League SBCs need bronzes? League 1 Eredivisie? we don't need to talk about it because we don't even know what League SBCs we're getting or if we're going to get League SBCs. But if you want to go back to like previous years to see what those were, that's not going to hurt you. Alright, I'm going to, you know what? Should we be cheeky and put that at max price? See if we get a bid out of it. Let's go for it. Go for it. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, I need to do a much better job of investing with BPM. We've been focusing too much on silvers and golds recently. Ayy. Ayy. Was he like 1K earlier? We'll take any Prem card. Ooh. We'll take that now. Yeah, people are going to do it different ways. This is just the way I like doing it. Again, I'm looking at it as an investment rather than a trading tip right now. But simply just with the sheer amount of items you get back and the quick sell value of the packs, it is essentially guaranteed coins in the long run. Just most people aren't patient enough for the coins. Is the BPM the new coin method? It's been a method every single year for the past like 10 Ultimate Teams. It's not really a new method. It's better, in my opinion, than ever before because there's no contracts anymore. What are they, 45? Cold. Just sold the Korean manager for 1,500. That's the most wild way I've seen Korean spelled. I'll have like 1,500 cards, League One in the Dutch League. Is it a good investment? Spent 500K. Hopefully, can go to 2 mil. Wait, are you unassigned on 1,500 League One and Dutch League cards? Wait, pause. Did you go unassigned? Is BPM fine with 150K? I would say BPM's fine with any amount of coins if you're fine waiting to coins back. It's just most people usually are at like 5K and they want to open a few bronze packs and then list everything and wait for it to sell. Those people I wouldn't recommend to do BPM. But like if you have consistently, I would say at least 50 to 100K and you're consistently making coins outside of BPM and you're doing the investment side of it, I would say, yeah, you're good. I am, yes, on one. Oh, you have multiple accounts. Okay. I was going to say, yeah. I mean, if you're happy with that, hopefully we get League SBC soon. Oh, it's the Spanish pronunciation? Gotcha. That makes sense then. Question. I didn't even check. Do we have a team of the week that is default a bronze? Or do we not? We'll have a new team of the week tomorrow, so it really doesn't matter too much, but I didn't even check. Got 6 players in 1 pack. Nice. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. There's probably better things you can do with your coins from now to then and keep flipping them over and over. But if you just want to go in on it, hope we get League SBCs soon and that those count for it, then yeah, that's a good show. There's 1 team of the week. All right, bet. Hopefully next week we have multiple. That'd be cool. Need to go both ways. Remember the Bob Marley kit from last year's Extinct? Yeah, I mean, I'm probably even quick selling now some items that are worth something. So if anyone knows something else, like badge-wise, kit-wise, that has value to it, let me know. At the moment, does your gold common sell? I'm selling 2 to 3 cards per hour. Depends on the league, the nation, the position. I wouldn't look at it just as the whole market. If you guys are unfamiliar why the prices seem down right now, it's 2 factors, or technically 3. And we'll kind of go over that with golds. So you can still do it relatively well. You can mass bid 300 and sell for 400, 450. You're just going to have to be a lot more specific with what you sell, because as a whole, the store keeps getting promo packs that are tradable, that are given an influx of gold commons on the market. Specifically, where are they? The Premium Gold Players Pack and the Prime Gold Players Pack. We keep getting these over and over. That mixed with the fact that it's 11 golds needed for the 78 double, 6 of them being rare, meaning less gold commons are needed. 78 double in general being, I wouldn't say bad. I feel like I've seen people get good stuff out of them, but in terms of the amount of coins people would have to spend, people are realizing it's just not worth it to do. So their value is a little bit down. But in terms of still being able to flip, as long as you're selling at a lower price, if you're trying to get it to sell quicker, it's still 100% doable. What I did, though, is I kind of made the decision, because you saw me the other day continue to flip hundreds of other gold commons for 300. I'm just club stocked on everything else. And when I have room on my transfer list, if I want to keep listing and selling, I can make the coins. But I'm at the point where I'm waiting for daily SBCs to come out to see if it shoots things like crazy. So I'm going to keep more golds in my club. But then also, too, at this point, you kind of have to determine for yourself, if you only picked up a few hundred gold commons, you've been selling throughout the week for 400 to 500, you're probably somewhat out of them. If you're someone, though, who put, like, let's say 1,000 plus in your club like me, I was able to sell a decent chunk, but I still have a ton left to go. Instead of selling at a lower price than I would want, I'm just going to hold until maybe next week now. So, yeah. But bidding 300 is never a bad thing. But know what EA has been making the SBCs gold only. I want to sell my silvers. I mean, brother, silvers have a bare minimum value of still 300. We're almost out of all our low-end silvers. Garb, what's up, buddy? I invested into 84s, 85s, 86s with 150K, hoping to sell tomorrow. Haven't really been much on this year, just some casual trading. I feel that. But yeah, also going back to that too, the golds, you still have them sell. So you can still list golds. They will sell. They're just going to be a little slower. That's the only thing. If you get 1,500 cards from the League One and Netherlands League, how much do you think I could get back from 500K? So if you spend on average, let's say 400 coins each, are we talking bronzes and silvers FIFA plays, or did you pick up golds too? Want to buy my silvers? What are you on? I have maybe 200 silvers left for silver commons. I'm almost out of them. When gold commons started slowing down a little bit, I instead of selling them at lower prices or waiting longer, I just switched to selling my silvers. Yeah, I think they might skyrocket with the icon pack. What price did you say you got 84s for? Because I feel like 84s are already pretty high. Hey, Chelsea player. Let's go. Got all of them at 1.1. Nice. By the way, we've been live for 20 minutes. We've been doing this for 20 minutes. What did we start on coin-wise? We were... $1.8 mil with 23,000. So we're down 10K. That Brazilian manager, the French one to still sell, and all this other stuff, and then the ton we've chucked in the club. So technically we're up right now. So I'm going to play some Rush. I don't want to touch Rush ever again. Rush objectives are pissing me off, dude. It's not... the XP's not really that worth it. I'm, I think, 10K away from finishing my XP. I'm waiting to see the weekly stuff refresh, and I'm doing the other game modes. When's Project Team of the Year starting? Have you not heard me say anything about my Project Team of the Year? I bring it up almost every single week, multiple times. We're doing 10 million coins is our Project Team of the Year by New Year. Instead of just saving a bunch of mediocre packs, we're trying a little less than a month before Team of the Year to have 10 million plus coins liquid to help us with whatever grind we want to do. So... if we're happy with League SBCs, I can start saving maybe some End League SBC packs. There's a really good repeatable SBC. We can put some coins into that. But I'm essentially having our liquid coins basically carry us through Team of the Year so that we can make essentially unlimited repeatable SBCs of League specifics at the bare minimum, regardless of anything else. What are them silver packs? The packs that I have right now, those are bronze upgrades. $10K? What did you do? Huh? Sold some 84s for 3.7, 2.7, 3K today on Lazies. Jeez. I feel like I'm hoping to get 1 mil before Team of the Year, and since I'm not really worried about gameplay this year, it should be enough. Yeah. I mean, what I'm doing is overkill, but we're still on track to hit it, so. Bronze upgrades. Is this FIFA 20? I had too many bronzes in my club. I was sick of just discarding dupes or listing the crap ones for 200, so I cleared a little bit. I'm not going out of my way to make them, though. Oh! The XP. 10K away from finishing with the season is a lot. What did you do to complete the season so fast? I feel like I'm way behind. I feel like most people are max level already. Am I tripping? I feel like a majority of people are almost done or already finished. Yeah, I feel like I'm falling behind. I'm just doing all the weekly stuff. So I'm going to each thing, trying to get the weekly stuff done for the bonus XP there. Then getting the seasonal stuff done for the different game modes. Like, once I go through and do the player weeklies and the seasonal, I'll basically be good with the refresh of next week's stuff. You're at 23K? Yeah, that makes sense for you because you never play this game. Yeah, I got a majority of my XP this past, like, few days. Did I stutter? You do not play this game. You don't actually care about a grind. You don't even know how to make coins, brother. Level 23 out of 40. I don't even care about the final pack. I just want to net myself the consumable to put on my Ross Stewart card. You still have 15 days, so patience. Yeah, I have no fear of getting it not done. My thing is I'm just waiting for more XP stuff to come out so that I can, like, figure out how I want to finish it. Because I really don't want to just sit there grind something out stupidly for, like, 500. If I can wait another day or two and do something that's a lot easier. I had some club stocked US managers that did well. Yeah. There's another crazy USA player Evo chat. Okay, can we stop with that? Not you specifically, but, like, I cannot stand, my least favorite posts in the world are the people who do the crazy Evo chain posts. Can we stop? It was the same thing last year. Nobody is purposely saving Evos from, like, a month and a half ago. Not doing a single one and waiting to Evo a random Chinese center mid that can also play right back and somehow striker and give him 90 plus shooting as a center back. No one's trying to Evo some random right back that can have the ability to be the next Hullet gang. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And the only people who are actually doing it are ones that have a fresh account, essentially, or they're making money off of Twitter posts. Speak for yourself. Hey, if some of you are doing that, by all means, go for it. I'm just saying, a majority of the community already has their set things they're trying to do. They don't have those Evos available. Nor would they necessarily want to do it. Would you still recommend club stocking? Club stocking? Yeah, I mean, if you can pick them up on bid for 200, it's just as good of a club stock as 150 with current prices and with the rise of investing, selling things for a huge profit. But in general, of like guaranteed profit at all points, the only time that's not profit is if they go back down to not even selling within the hour for 200 coins, which at that point you would just club stock even more. So if you can consistently win them on bid for 200, go for it. But I'm kind of waiting until I can do 150s again. Or 200s on mass spam. Because right now, if I try to bid 200, like I was doing earlier today, if I bet on 50 cards, I'd maybe win 5. All Evos I do in the last week, if there's... I've been trying to wait on my Evos a little bit to see if I can better chain my Sunderland players, but ultimately it doesn't end up doing much because the Evos either don't hit anyways or my players are too low rated where all the ones it recommends are like 80, 83 rated. Meanwhile, I'm putting on a silver. You'll be rich at Black Friday with a team full of silvers? Oh, I know. Black Friday is gonna get us very, very well on that way to the 10 mil. I'm excited. Black Ops 6 is 10 days away. I know, man. I can't wait. Oh. Trying to think what I want to do with my transfer list when we're playing zombies. We have our computer next to us, so I could spam BPM. I could flip silvers. If League SBCs are out by then, I could also do League SBCs. When Kata's out, we're losing Mumbo. You're not losing me. I'm still going to be here. I'm just going to do less of the off-stream random gameplay that I already am not a big fan of with gameplay. And it's just going to be me playing zombies instead. And we'll be streaming on Twitch. At least, we're dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube right now, so you guys can pick whatever you want to watch on. But in terms of, for Call of Duty, I still haven't decided yet if I'm just going to stream that on Twitch or if we'll dual stream on YouTube. When Kata's out, I'm done with FC25. No joke, this game is horrible. It's just one of those things where you got to do a cost-benefit analysis consistently. And you got to ask yourself the question, depending on your goals, what is like the most amount of time, or what should you do when you're on the game to like maximize the benefit? And when you're doing something on a daily basis, weekly basis, even throughout a season, that isn't consistently helping to achieve that goal, I just find that extremely frustrating. And for me, a lot of that comes down to a lot of different type of gameplay. Like, don't get me wrong. If I could easily get 15 wins a week, I would 100% love to grind Div Rivals. But I feel like even just trying to get the 5, the rewards are nowhere near decent to want 5 wins. I would want to go for 15. And for most people, that's just impossible to do time-wise. And then the packs you get, even though they're good packs, the pack weight is so bad, you're not going to get anything out of it anyways. You'd be better off just doing your daily previews, your random objective packs. You're probably going to pull something better from that anyways. I like gameplay, and the gameplay is not good, unfortunately. Also, for champs, rank 1 and 2 are only good. The rest are ass. Resorted to a lot more fodder methods this year. I do the activities like sometimes, but like the fodder is brilliant. Yeah, I mean, the thing is too, you got to realize this from my perspective. I'm essentially waiting for League SBCs to come out until our kind of pack opening, untradeable fodder, a really big menu grind, even more coins start coming in like crazy. All that is when League SBCs come out. Or at least better repeatable SBCs than what we're getting. Like if we get a player pick and you only need like 6 to 8 gold commons, maybe a single rare or 2 rares or something, or none, that's perfect. But until then, it's essentially flipping silvers, investing in every card type. This year, holding informs too. That's the difference between, I think, this year for me versus last year's. We didn't go inform and investing. Now I'm doing that a ton. We have like 600k to 700k worth of informs right now. Which moron thought 15 wins was a good idea? I don't know. And like the thing is, don't get me wrong, they made the rewards better than they've been in a long time for Div Rivals. But for most people, it's unachievable. If they made it where it was even 10, I feel like 10 would be a lot. But like, if they made the better rewards for 5 wins, like something in the middle, like instead of a 75 times 20 or whatever it is, they made a 75 times 10 for 5 wins. Decent. Again, cost to benefit analysis just doesn't make it feel like it's a good use of time. Especially if you're not consistently winning. That's another thing. If you're in too high of a division, you feel like you can't even get it done anyways. Win, so what's up, buddy? 5-back-2, people just sit back and rely on counters. It's frustrating. I'm Div 1, I can't imagine Elite. Yeah, that's crazy. Can we play some Rush? Absolutely not. I am done with Rush for the foreseeable future. If you guys want to play with each other as a community, by all means, go for it. These objectives are pointless. The packs aren't going to pack you anything. The XP is not needed. It's just going to piss everyone off. So watching a streamer earlier, it took him 7 hours to get 4 wins in Div 2 rivals. 7 hours is mad. Yeah. Yeah, as much as I don't like it, I am technically more of a, when it comes to like the meta and how good my team is, how good of a player I am now the casual player. At my best, I was maybe a good player, but I was never great or really good. I was just somewhat good if I had a good team. But there's only so much Foot Champs qualifying I can take when I have a silver center back going up against Holland. Or a Vinny and they speed boost me. Oh. I have PTSD. No, I'm not good. I'm thinking about the PTSD. Oh, man. Yeah, that week 1 Foot Champs qualifying, we did the playing games, and I still remember those first 2 games I played on stream, where I had my silver Ross Stewart striker trying to score goals to keep us in the game. And he essentially, I think, scored 4 in 1 game. And on the other end, it was Mbappe speed dribbling past my silver center backs. And there was nothing I could do. And then my goalkeeper would just not make any saves if the ball was directly at him. It's like, alright, unless I'm going to 5 in the back right now, I'm going to just assume I'm going to lose. Let's do something else that's a better use of our time. Yeah, it was the only way to get past 5 in the back. Too bad I wasn't playing 5 in the back. I had 4, and 3 of them were silvers. They nerfed speed boost, which makes it even harder now. That's a sick tattoo. Is that a butterfly? What's on the other side? I don't even know what that is. BVI, you add me for Rush. If you're talking about me, you gotta add me. I don't add you guys. Exclamation mark PSN. Our EA ID is the same as our PlayStation ID. So just send a EA ID to that. We'll add you guys. But I'm telling you right now, I have zero desire to play any Rush. It's nothing against you guys. It's everything to do with just the sweatiness of the objectives. Makes it where everyone wants to pass and go for that, rather than just play and have fun, which understandable. That makes sense. But it turns into games where it's literally just no one wants to shoot. Everyone just wants to pass, or everyone wants to get forward so you can see a million goals. I'm sniping for 200. Do I sell or keep? I guess it depends on what you can sell it for. If you're happy with the profit, sell it. If you're not, keep it. It was for the others? Gotcha, bud. Yeah, if you guys ever want to play with each other, by all means, I'm not stopping you guys from playing with each other. So if you guys want to form a mini community inside the community and get some games in, go for it. Didn't support such a shit club, you might have a few win forms. Sunderland is top of the league. What do you mean? Bronze pack method work well, bro? It works well every single year, yeah. The way I'm doing it, it's going to work even better, because we're going to get millions of coins a year from this. Treating it as an investment rather than a trading tip. Doing it the same way I would recommend doing silvers, essentially. If you can sell something for crazy coins in the moment, sweet, go for it. If not, just club stock it for later. Rush was fun for like 5 minutes. And don't get me wrong, I'm not just trying to be a Debbie Downer where I'm always going to have a problem with everything. In general, I just prefer menus over gameplay for most things. But Rush was a period of time where you could use not the most meta cards in the world. You could go in there with your mates and just have fun. And now, like every other mode, it's turning in just to the absolute biggest sweat fest where everyone's only out for themselves. And it just takes everything that I'd want out of it. And it's left just as a way to get XP. Especially with how they did the XP. Isn't it like 100 XP to get to the 15th game or the 30th game with an assist. It's 30 assists total for 100 XP. And then it's 15 separate games with an assist. All that, by the way, to potentially not have your Evo card get upgraded because they had it glitched for the longest time where you could only get assists if it was a gold rare or a gold common card. So you couldn't even actively go towards your Evo. So people wasted hours trying to figure that out. And then when you do get the reward, you try to claim the reward, whether you're on the PS5 or PS4 version, and then your screen freezes on the reward. You try to get the pack, and then boom, you can't do anything. It sits there. So then you have to close the app, and you have to go back in. And then it shows you have another objective, and you look, and it's not there. You're like, where did it go? Oh, I must have gotten it already. You go to open it then. It could be a decent rating, guaranteed. And it's always that rating, because you don't get anything good in it, because the pack weight's so crap. So it's just this perpetual state of gameplay rewards. Unless you're doing them in an extreme bulk. Just do not feel like a good use of the time. Yeah, assist a goal in 15 separate. No, thank you. They're going to nerf 5 back next patch. Just ban it. Can you nerf a 5 in the back? How are things been? I've not been in streams for ages now. Just been studying. This year's got to lock in. Hey. Good luck, man. I've been good, dude. What a hater. I am a huge hater. I will hate on EA when I feel like it's due. And part of that, I don't even, to be fair to EA, I think part of it's not even EA's fault. I think, in general, the idea of giving us XP, giving us weekly packs through a game mode is a good idea. The issue is, and this will always be the case, EA could be the best company in the world. They're not. They're probably one of the worst. But let's say EA was the best company in the world, and EAFC was the best game in the world. The community is still toxic enough where they're going to make it not fun in any way. If there's any sort of game-breaking meta thing, there's going to be a million videos on it. Everyone's going to start doing it. Instead of using their favorite players and thinking for themselves, they're just going to copy and paste what the pros are doing. Which, again, don't get me wrong. I understand why people want to, especially if their goal is to get as far as they can in foot champs, have the best tactics. All that makes perfect sense. It's just the way the collective hive mind thinks. I'm not a fan of. Because then when I have to interact with that hive mind, I'm left in a really weird situation where I have a dude with Mbappe trying to sweat out a win against a silver striker that I have. And he's barely beating me, and he has to abuse the game to do it. And then I go through that, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm getting very little reward from doing this anyways. Let me just continue to make coins on the menus. These are less important than your well-being. Still gotta do well, though. They're true. Evening, all. I'm tempted to start BPM method. Never done it really in the past, so not convinced it will work, even though currently I have over 100K. Dan. Carlos with the re-up membership. Road to 3 years. Hey, appreciate you, Carlos. Enjoy the emotes again, buddy. Dan, just... We'll explain BPM very quickly to get you to understand how it works in the sense of you're not going to lose coins on it long term. If you quick sell everything but the manager and the players, and you attempt to sell the players throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year, you're guaranteed coins. It's impossible to lose coins. The thing is the waiting. Players are low right now because we don't have league SBCs. There's not a good SBC out right now to send things up. We're in like a quote-unquote dead period, but there's still SBC solution cards for different things. There's still cards that are up because of Evos and stuff like that. But in general, it's like the same as an investment. If you invest in 100 silver commons for 150, did you lose all those coins because you put in your club? No, because you know you're going to sell it later for more. That's the logic with how we do BPM and how we do it as an investment. Yeah. And like I said, you can do BPM as a trading tip. You can wait until there's more things that are out to send things up higher, but you're always going to be reacting then. We're doing the opposite. We're doing BPM as an investment tool. And in my opinion, that makes you way more. The same way we make a few million from silvers trading versus 10 million plus from silvers investing. Same thing applies to BPM. He said I'm capable and I should be able to. I'm no expert in trading. That's why I don't want to lose them. I would not recommend BPM for you right now then. I'd wait until more things are out if that's the case. Because you're probably not going to like the having value back in your club. Not selling stuff right away. You can if you want, but you're going to get a full transfer list very quickly. It's going to take forever for things to sell. And then you're going to complain that you're not doing anything. Because things aren't moving. So maybe wait a bit, but if you treat it as an investment, now's the perfect time. Especially with the managers, man. My goodness. Beautiful. The fact that you're still referring to it as a way to make coins by Friday or by a certain day makes me think you don't have the right mindset for the investing side of things, Dan. I don't know. We could have a SBC come out tomorrow that makes us 500K. We could have nothing come out tomorrow and it's just flipping things in our club. We make 50K. Our coins might be down 100K because we haven't sold anything and we're waiting as an investment for later in the week for an icon SBC to come out. Every factor depends on different things to happen for us to make coins in different ways. Which, if you're new at it or really worried about your liquid coins right now, I would just stick to trading. Or, best of both worlds, do this right now, and with all the club stuff you're stocking, and then the stuff you put on your transfer list, any difference in coins, you just trade and make the difference through silvers, golds, whatever you'd want to do. But I promise you, the investing side is going to be way better than the trying to sell right away side. Does draft method still work? Draft method will always work, yes. My student? Not anymore. But thank you for thinking I'm young enough to be a student. Or the average age of a student, I should say. I have more people asking when I'm retired. Because they think I'm 60. Just thinking while I make it back. Again, buddy. Here, let me show you the actual coinage of a pack. To help calm your mind on will you make the coins back. But in general, again, the investment side, you don't see the coins right away. Because it's an investment. Just like when you buy fodder. If you buy like 1 million coins worth of fodder, you didn't lose 1 million coins. But you might have to wait a week for fodder to go up. Haven't had a single France or Brazil manager in 30K bronze packs? 30K coins worth of bronze packs? Or 30,000 bronze packs you've opened up? I'm assuming 30,000 coins worth of bronze packs. Which, what? Little more than 30 bronze packs? That's not crazy to think. Norwich are coming for you? Alright. For those of you scared of BPM, I'm not talking about the current cost of stuff. I'm just strictly just explaining the logic here. 12 items, 750 coins. Okay? Regardless of the players we get in it, regardless of the managers. If I kept the managers and the players and I quick sold everything else, I already have over 300 coins back, so essentially half the pack is paid for. And for me to break even, what? I need another 427 coins? If I sold each of these for 200 eventually, these players and manager alone would give us profit on the pack, regardless of the quick sell. Does that make sense? But again, if you're doing it as a trading tip right now, you're going to be very upset because you're going to be looking at these cards. Some might sell right away. Some might have a good price. But a lot of them are lower or take a while to sell. And you're going to have a way full transfer list. You're going to be listing things that will not sell for like 5 to 10 listings. And when they do sell, you'll have a few sell within the hour, and you're very discouraged. I'll kind of show that pack to pack too, that it's not just like a one-off. Essentially close to another 300 coins there. Same thing. 3 players a manager. American manager. How much are they right now? 3.5? 4K maybe? Do 3.7. Star player in the club. 200. Now, here's where I have a hot take. If you already don't have a lot of coins and you're doing nothing else, listing a card like this will eventually sell. It's a good nation. It's a goalkeeper. Decent rating for a bronze. There's just a lot of other cards. If you are doing nothing else and when your transfer list is full, you'd want to do gameplay, this would be the thing where you list it for 200 and that makes sense. And you keep things moving. For me, I'm going to quick sell it because I know for me, I'd rather have more options on my transfer list, spam more packs, because the more packs I open, the more coins I get long term. Because I already am confident with the amount of value I'm putting in my club at the bare minimum. Does that make sense? And again, like all these, if I could get 200 for it right now, sweet, I could toss these up for 200. But when we get League SBCs, this Prem player goes from, what, 300 coins right now maybe to 1,000 plus. Way better as an investment or like a marquee matchup. Does Canada managers go for anything? 1,000 maybe? We'll do 500. Mobile, I'm on just under 100k coins. What would you suggest? Mike, take a look at our trading players, buddy. I would do the silver method. Or right now, gold common bidding for 300 on good nations, good leagues. Basically, to make coins, only using BPM, it will take until the start of FC29 to make profit. I mean, that's just factually incorrect, but good one. Makes sense. Don't need that many to do. And you don't have to go crazy with it. If you want to do like 10 bronze packs of investing a day and then go back to doing your other methods, you're not really going to feel it too much. But once you start stacking up stuff in your club and things start popping in price and like a Black Friday comes and you have random bronze commons that are 3,000, you're going to be happy of that. This card was 200 coins the other day for me. It was nothing. And then we went through our club randomly today just to see if anything's up. And boom, he was 3.9. Yeah, FIFA point method. Best method in the game. Cody. Done BPM since FIFA 17. I used to sell everything. It's not worth it anymore. Just store everything and wait to sell when they go up. Not a training tip. It's a long-term. Yeah. The thing is, Mason, and this is what you're going to notice this in our community. A lot of people in here struggle with anything that's not making coins 1 second from now. I bet there's a ton of people in here who would rather take 2 coins profit per card and try to pick up 1,000 cards a day if it meant they could make 2,000 coins rather than waiting to sell a player as an investment less than a week later. That's just what you're dealing with. So it's like no matter what you tell some people or try to show them or try to convince them, understandably, if they don't understand it, they're not going to want to do it. But when they start seeing it work for us, work for you, work for other people, especially once the League SBCs start coming out, especially when we get more daily SBCs, then they're going to see the coins. Then they're going to go, oh, they weren't lying to me. You can actually make coins from this. Then their mind changes. They start doing it. They're happy with it. But then they go into the headspace of, oh, that SBC went away. Now I'm not making the same coins that I did when everything was 1,000 plus for this nation or this league. It doesn't work anymore, and they stop doing it. Then they have nothing in their club. And then the next time an SBC comes out that shoots all our investments up from certain nations, like, for example, Greece. When all Greece cards were, what, 4K plus last week or the week before? People would have had a ton of Greek cards, but since they didn't do BPM anymore, they're now spamming BPM packs to see if they can get a Greek player in the moment, and they're upset that they don't. So it's like, being reactionary is only going to get you so far, and people aren't going to realize that, especially if they're younger. But the more time you put in the game, the more you understand something, the less risk you feel like it is, the more likely you are to do it. But Mumbo, surely you can't keep a card and have it rise? That's not real. You're right. That's not a thing. How do you see if anything's up easily? You sit around and compare price on 200 bronze cards. You can look to see if there's an SBC out that puts up certain things. Like I use marquee matchups as an example. You wouldn't have to go through 1,000 plus cards in your club to see that a Greece card needed for an SBC might send Greece cards up. But in general, top nations, certain positions for other things that are out can help really well. You can somewhat use the average price, and I say quotation marks on the average price because it's not always accurate. But if at some point the average price was super high, almost guaranteed that it was an SBC solution at some point and could be an SBC solution again. So that's something you could keep an eye on. If you just want to go card by card, though, let's say, and just check everything for compare price, if you did on console versus companion app or web app, it's going to be infinitely faster on those other things because instead of having to hit multiple buttons to get to each card, click down, then go to compare price, you would be able to write on the card, compare price, write on the card, compare price. Yeah, you could just go like this. You could scroll through pages, maybe spend a minute before you're about to hop in a game to see, hey, does anything have an average price over 200 coins? You could work this way. You could work the other way. I'm usually going from the low end, not the high end. But if I want to do the high end stuff, I could go through here. Oh, there's a 500. Why is this 500? What is this? It's an MLS card. He's back down to 200 now. I could go through my top leagues, even though I want these as an investment. If something's pretty good coins now, like if it's a center back that someone tried to evo, it's like 1,000 to 2,000, I might sell it in the moment. So at some point, you're going to have to do some sort of check-in on any investment, but you can be smart and save time too. But what we're trying to get around, and if anyone knows the solution, let me know. I'm convinced for both silvers, or three things, golds, silvers, and bronzes, at any point in time, I probably have multiple cards that within a minute from now, or a few minutes from now, will become an SBC solution, and then we'll shoot from like a default discard price or super low price to like 2,000, 3,000 plus, and I won't be able to get to it and see it because I won't know, and that's just a reality. Listen, Mumbo has made me over 5 million coins each year with this low-end method. It's a grind, but man, it's awesome. Why don't do it when League SBC is out? Are you asking me why I'm doing it now and not waiting until League SBCs are out? Or are you asking me why I don't do it when League SBCs are out? Because I always do it when League SBCs are out. I just find that bidding on silvers is my way of making coins rather than just BPM. But BPM you could do when League SBCs are out. But if you're going back to the original thing I said or asked, which is why not wait until League SBCs are out, I think you are missing out on a crap ton of coins if you're just waiting for League SBCs to come out. But that's your call. This came out of a horrible 11v11 club season. It was horror. That sounds awful. I have 1,141 rare bronzes and 1,559 common bronzes right now just from BPM. I sell when cards are over 500, not main leagues. Long term, pays off way more. Absolutely. Trading, in my opinion, unless you're doing an insane amount of trading compared to investing, investing will always make you more coins. And again, situations change, right? For me, I like a lot of trading right now because I like to be actively on the game, but I know there's some things that long-term are going to be good for me and would make a good investment. But next week when Call of Duty comes out and I'm spending time off stream playing Call of Duty instead, I don't necessarily have as much time to flip things, it would make more sense. Hey, if I can put 2 to 3 million coins into an investment, within a few days get a 10 to 15% return, I'm going to do that even if it takes up a majority of my transfer list because I'm not caring as much in that moment. And that's going to make me infinitely more than sitting there and trying to flip a few silvers for a brief period of time and then go play a zombies game. And again, the more coins you make, the easier that becomes, right? If you have only 10,000 coins, even if you double your coins on investment, you're at 20K. If someone has 10 million coins, it's a lot easier for them to make 1 million off a 10% investment. And the more you have, the easier it is. No, this Mumbo guy's a complete fraud. Don't listen to his method. I mean, you want to be honest? Can we be honest? Screw it, I'm going to say it. It is in my interest for you to not follow the methods. Because the more people that do the methods, the more people that are bidding on the cards I want to win, or the people in our community who know it works wants to win. More people spamming BPM puts more more cards on the market that people buy instead of mine. It might bring the prices down if there's more supply. There's like a million things that would be better off if I didn't do, or you guys didn't do, and I just kept to myself. But again, something like BPM, it's not my method. BPM has been a thing that's been around forever. Unless you just started Ultimate Team this year, I'm sure at some point you guys have heard of bronze spec method. I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to understand how it works, but if you've never done it before, or you're wanting to know exactly where the value comes from, I think that's the roadblock for most people. Same thing with investing, right? If you never looked at what a price 87s were, you would have never wanted to put 87s into your club for 12K. Because you would have never known that they'd get to 16, 17K. And we'd make a ton of coins on them over the past week. You know how I know that? Because I didn't even know the price of 87s. I saw someone mention, yo, they look kind of low. And then I saw other people say, yeah, last year in a few weeks they were 16K. All right, bet, I'm going to do it. The Mumbo coin pyramid scheme. Anyone ever watch a BPM to glory? Funny enough, I started watching some BPM channels today. I follow a BPM dude on Twitter that I love. I followed him for the past, I think, 3 years. Dude's whole account is literally low-end stuff like mine, but he does more focus on BPM. But he'll still stock a ton of, like, silver commons, silver rares. I got to sell my gold commons yesterday. It's fine if you didn't. You can still flip a lot of them for 400 plus. You just got to be more patient because there's way more supply today with the new promo packs they put back in the store. And no one really wants to do the 78 doubles for their value. So a lot of people are done making them. Thus, less people want to buy the golds. But, again, I would not sell off top nations, top leagues, good positions, any of that stuff. Because we're still going to get daily SBCs throughout the week. They'll have cards go crazy in price. But as a whole on the market, you still can make coins on golds. It's just going to be a more limited range. So instead of bidding 350 like people were last week and selling for 450, 500, instead you're going to want to bid 300. You're going to want to sell for 400. So you can still make coins on them. And if you invested for 300, it's still profit. But there's a lot more factors in play than just what was out last week. Would you suggest club stocking then to store all bronzes and wait for marquee matchups? I wouldn't even just wait for marquee matchups. If we get an SBC tomorrow that is a low rating and you need a lot of the same nation and people aren't wanting to use golds or not even wanting to use silvers, bronze top nations could shoot to the moon. And if you're waiting to do BPM until the day before marquee matchups, you miss out on all that for that brief period. So always having something ready to go is kind of nice because you always get the benefit. If I have silvers in my club, bronzes in my club, golds in my club, and an SBC that comes out mainly shoots up bronzes, I benefit. If something comes out that mainly shoots up silvers, I benefit. If something comes out that only can use golds, I benefit. So we're just kind of low-end diversifying. Here's one right here, boys. He's 1,000 coins, maybe? And since he's a duplicate, I know I have another one in my club. So his name's Guy. We'll find him again. This is also the nice thing, having duplicates, is then you can look for that sort of thing. So we're also going to check, is it just the card that's in an SBC solution? And we're going to do a little bit of research off of that. If it's just him, sweet, we make even more coins on it. But if there's something else too, if other CDMs from England are up, we now can look through these too. So I'm not going to spend an hour going through all my bronzes and checking their value, but if I have a page of these, might make sense to see, hey, does another card have that sort of value? Yep, no problem. Hey, both of them sold. Let's go. Just sold the bronze manager for 3.8K from France. That was probably a little low for what you could have gotten for him, but still W. Yeah, dude, I need silvers to go to 150 so bad. Not because I can't pick them up for 200. I'm sure I could pick up some if I really wanted to for 200. I just like the idea of picking them up for 150. It makes it look a lot cleaner. The same way they like picking up gold commons for 300. It just feels a lot more crisp, you know? Yeah, French managers and Brazil managers are always expensive. But also, too, as a form of investment... It's not an inform, is it? No. As a form of investment, if you're treating managers like players and storing one of each in your club, you're going to have times where a manager, again, like a player, is 200 coins and not even selling for that within the hour. And the next day, it could be a few thousand. Yo, Mumbo, gold commons are extremely easy to get for 300. Should I just spend all my coins? Wait till they go up? Yes and no. The situation changes depending on who you are. I think there's a lot of people out there that in between games can pick up a lot of good nations, a lot of good leagues for 300 of gold commons, both as an investment for later in the week for daily SBCs, and also as a trading tip right now to sell for 400 plus. You're going to have the low-end stuff that takes longer to sell, but you're going to have some good stuff that still pops out and is a little bit more expensive. I would almost say, if you guys struggle to get a lot of the top nation gold commons, or a lot of the good leagues or the good positions from good leagues, with prices being not as high as they usually are at this time, it might not be a bad idea to try to club stock a little bit of those higher rated cards too. Those harder to get ones. No draft method today? I didn't play a draft off a stream. No. But it's same as it usually is. 3-4 wins in an offline draft. You're getting the value back. Why have silver's been high for the last week? A bunch of different factors. Existing SBCs throughout the week that have shoot them up in price. More and more people catch on to the fact that it's a good way to make coins, which will always be. But once more things open up like League SBCs, you'll have more people get specific with the things they're going after. Like the general market won't matter as much. You have channels like mine that will consistently like make videos or streams talking about if they're 150, always pick it up and store in your club. So you'll have like a bare minimum value of people wanting to pick that up. You'll have the next time that they do go back down, an insane amount of demand of people trying to pick them up. Therefore, it kind of organically keeps that at least 200 by now. You'll have the people waiting for the daily SBCs that shoot things to the moon. So even if it's a 200 by now, people will go to 250 to try to get a lot of the top nations, a lot of top leagues. So like the community as a whole, regardless of the SBCs out currently, is kind of holding some sort of value in them, which is a good thing because it's guaranteed coins right now if you can get it for less. But for those of you wanting to do as an investment, it's very frustrating because you're probably selling way more than you're picking up. That can be frustrating. I have no idea who that guy is. I don't know if he's a bronze, silver, or gold. I'm assuming because we're doing BPM, he's a bronze. If a bronze, that's usually 200 coins, is selling for 2K, would you sell for 2K? For me, I would. I'm happy with that. Mino seems like an easy club stock as he always rises. Yep. He's a bronze Arsenal player. Yep. If you're happy with 2K, I mean, I bet there's going to be a time where there's an Evo and he's a little higher, or maybe he's up right now because of an Evo. I have no idea. But 2K seems pretty good. I don't think a League SBC is going to send him higher. If he was 400 coins, a League SBC would send him higher, but... Is it not just more profitable buying top leagues and top nation bronze players when they're down instead of opening bronze packs and hoping for them? So, yes and no. The way you're thinking about it, absolutely not. Because what you're going to do is you're going to go crazy on them. And then you're going to constantly be checking to see if they're up. And the second they're even like 50 coins profit, you're going to feel like you want to sell them because you're too bored and waiting. And you're going to want the coins now. If you put them in your club and forget about them, sure. But if you're spamming BPM, like I mentioned before, as long as you understand where the value comes from, every bronze pack I open, I'm generating more and more profit throughout the year for our club. So the more packs I spam, the more stuff I get, the more coins I make, the more value I have, the better off everything we are. If you're just sitting on an investment for a one-time sale, that can be useful, but you're missing out on everything else. You're missing out on the managers, missing out on the badges, the kits, missing out on all the different players that you didn't think would go up in price are now a marquee matchup. Like, you would have never went out of your way to buy Greece players for 200 coins and get one of each in your club. You would have never guessed that they went to 4K. But if you did BPM, and if you did silver club stock with not just a specific nation or league, but everything, along with the top stuff, you'd cover all your bases. You stocked in silver rares? I am, but not as much as I want to be. Does that make sense, Cody? In theory, it's a good use of coins, but if you're doing BPM, you're going to pack them anyways. In all honesty, you're going to pack even better cards than you would trying to pick them up. Because you'll see cards that are already like 1.5k, and since they're already 1.5k, you won't be picking them up or club stocking, but we'll get them in BPM. If you got the high-end ones that have a minimum of 300 price, I got a lot of high-end ones, but there's always more. Is that an inform? Ha! You won't get him, Cody! W! We've packed every single one so far. Hanging in the Louvre. So how will you know when a specific player or nation, etc. arises? Is it based off the SBCs? Yes and no. There are sites like Footbin and FootGG that you could look at prices on bronzes or silvers or golds that are high. You could look from like low to high price, high to low, and see that stuff already. That will help you out. Other times it's going to use context clues, like if a specific nation is needed. But honestly, the best way for the off nations, not the top nations, to know if they're up is Footbin Solutions. It's been that way for years and it'll continue to be that way. If Scotland's used in a Footbin solution and a player has 11 Scotland cards in there, chances are those Scotland cards are going to go up. And a Brazil manager. That is a super expensive bronze pack, boys. And I believe all gold commons are 11k plus right now. So it's even better than discard. Cold. It's funny that my sister just said today Ronaldo's in Scotland. Nice. What leagues are you looking for? And hey, mate, what's up, Blizzard? For BPM, I'm looking for everything. I'm not looking for a specific league. And I'm not searching my club for anything right now. But if I notice something's up, I'll go do it. These like little compare prices before we put things in our club also gives us context clues. We did it with was it the English CDM was 1,000 plus, and then we looked at English CDMs in our club just to see, oh, is it just him or is other things up? But you see how many more bronze packs we've been able to open, just not by listing every single card? This makes you able to do BPM a lot longer, especially if you have more coins. And then later I can, when I'm not opening, list all the things I want to list. They drew Scotland. Oh, McTominay guaranteed he pocketed Ronaldo. He probably scored too, even though it was 0-0. He probably scored. It was called offsides. Saudi NWSL. Get what you mean to some extent. Yeah. And there's nothing to say you can't do both. Honestly, if I were you, Cody, and you're on the fence, do both. Stock one of each of the best league bronzes from the Prem, La Liga, League One, if you want to. And then if you pack them as well, boom, you got two. That's awesome. But yeah. If you guys want to use the resources to help you throughout the year, you can. I'm not forcing you. Like I said, it's in my best interest if you actually don't. Because that makes the price probably more. Because there's less supply on the market. If you guys aren't spamming BPM as much. Or investing in like silvers or any of that stuff. I can win more silvers. So if you guys don't want to do the methods, you don't have to. But to argue over if something would work or not. I would get arguing over if something is beneficial, spending time on it. But I think BPM is the most shut-in, dry case of it works. Just most people don't have the patience for it or want to pay attention to when things are up. Same with silvers. There are a ton of people who will never club stock silvers, even though it's really easy, because they don't want to sell on marquee matchups day. I'm kind of that way when it comes to things too. Depending on your time zone, that might play a factor as well. For me, it's the most inconvenient time for Div Rival rewards or Squad Battle rewards, because it's in the middle of the night for me. So when people are on getting like the best price stuff at the cheapest possible price as their investment for the week, to net like a 20% increase of their coins, I miss out on that. And I might get on at a time where it's only going to be 10%. I have to lazy list a little bit more. So some things will work better than others, but in general, he's cooking. Done BPM for club stocking. What's best way to stock silvers and golds? Would you say it's bidding? Bidding and sniping, depending on the time. Right now is a really good time to mass bid 300 coins on gold commons, because literally anything's profit. Just the thing is, people aren't probably happy with the price of some gold commons right now. You'd be better off waiting to sell. But yeah, that's personally never going to hurt you. Also, pro tip too, bronze managers, even if it's not a good nation, if you have a good untradeable league, for example, let's say you have a tradable bronze manager and you have an untradeable Saudi league manager thing. You can put that untradeable Saudi league manager on a tradable bronze and it instantly has the amount of value that the cheapest manager from that league has. And you can put two things together. You can have a specific manager that might be a certain nation that's already another additional like 500 coins than another nation. So those are some things to look out for. Same way that if you have like untradeable hunters and untradeable shadows, you might originally think, oh, I'm just going to put this on my player and use it in game because it has no additional value. But it might add a few thousand coins to any sort of card you're trading with if it has that thing on it. Boom, 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 boom. Jamaica. Is Belgium up? Somewhat. 1,400. I'll take that. Japan. Does Japan have value? Not right now. I feel like it's going to cook at some point. Ooh. I'm going to do a 700 on that. If those 200 sell. If not, I can chuck it back in the club. So we've been doing this for an hour and a half now. I still have a little less than 20 spots left on my transfer list. Some things have sold that I can remove. We've added a crap ton of value to, geez, our club as well. I love how one pack, you randomly will get everything duplicate, and the next one will be all the cards you don't have yet. Sunderland Stadium item? Most stadium items are kind of pointless. And he quick sold it? Yes. Dude, U.S. versus Mexico tonight, boys. Score predictions? Is Carlos here? I want to talk a little trash. Chris, what's up, buddy? Mexico 1, USA 3. Mexico 7-0. I want whatever drug you are on, Cody. So there are things here. I'm not telling you guys to... You don't necessarily have to quick sell everything. If you want to look through these things, there will be things here that have value. The question is going to come down to, when you do BPM in bulk, what is worth your time listing and what is not. Ultimately, that's going to be it. Dos Cero, Mexico is still trash. I don't mind a Dos Cero. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a test for both teams for sure. But I think U.S. will still win. Or the expectation at least should be that U.S. wins. Who's the Colombian dual national that switched to Mexico? He's a baller. I'm blanking on his name though. Dude with braces. That's a sick kit. See, like something like that would probably sell for 200. The question is though, if it takes a few listings to sell for 200, is it worth the extra less than 130 coins? Because after EA tax, will be a little off that, to potentially have another item that's worth even more than that and sell pretty quickly. What about Indians that ain't ever gonna rise? You just sell them for 200. So again, you have two kind of different camps. You'll have some people that will list all their crap ones that usually will never go for more than 200 in bulk and just keep relisting, like some people might do with silvers to see if they can eventually get them to sell. If you don't want to do that, another option to build quote-unquote value in your club is you can do bronze upgrade. And the reason I say quote-unquote value, because I disagree with this, even though I used to do it all the time, and I did even a few now. You could build out bronze upgrades, which gives you a 2 silver player pack. 1 silver rare, 1 silver common untradeable, and then you can build these into gold player packs, and then rare gold packs. But the reason why I'm against this, in theory, is... even though you could build your way up to get golds and potentially pack someone there, every single tradable bronze that you're putting in the bronze upgrade, if it will eventually sell for 200, even if it's a completely crap card, you are essentially putting over 2,000 coins worth of value into a bronze upgrade. And the only time myself would personally feel comfortable with that is if I know I'm about to spam a lot of BPM and I keep quick selling the same guys. At that point, it might make sense to go and check their value, put those in if I keep getting the same ones over and over to clear it a little bit. Quinones, yes. But in general, once League SBCs come out, you see people start doing this, and this would be how I would recommend doing it. You'll see once League SBCs come out, there will be some people who want to do BPM, and the cards that are for... League SBCs will have even more value. That'll make them coins. And then like off-league bronzes, if they're not selling, people will put those into upgrades to get silvers. That could be League SBCs. Like let's say I just got a player from League 1, for example. Well, even though we didn't. Let's say we did. That might have saved me like 1,000 plus coins. But that becomes whatever your goal is, right? It might look different depending on the individual. You might not want to list 100 bronzes on your transfer list and try to get them to sell because you're flipping silvers or your 84 investments for way more coins than you'd ever make bare minimum on the other ones. Pack the GOAT from a bronze pack. Jaden Dans. Nice. How many bronze cards do you have? Probably close to 2K, maybe. Bronze pack, by the way. Vuskovic. Alright, dudes. That's going to be it for me today. If you did enjoy, smack the like button. Subscribe if you're new. I'll be back most likely tomorrow on Wednesday for a stream. The reason I say most likely is I don't know when I'm mowing the lawn this week. I either am going to mow tomorrow or Thursday. So I will either not have a stream Thursday. I won't have a stream tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, though. Don't go. I got dinner with a buddy of mine, so got to head out. Take it easy, guys. I'll let you know in Discord what ends up happening. But peace.